So good afternoon to all. In continuation to our previous video, here we are going to discuss about fluid power automation day 3. So before we enter into today's topic, I just want to ensure how the learning has happened in my students. So I want to recap my previous sessions. So for that I just go to my recap last class sessions. So first we discussed in last class about valves and what is the basic definition of valves. Valves are mostly used for start, stop and divert the direction of your pneumatic system or hydraulic system. And then we discussed about what are all the advantages of using DCV valves. So the direction control valves are widely used in start, stop and diverting the direction for particular application. You can able to use it as an bent relief control valves, like that you can able to use DCV valves for that. And then we discussed about different classification of DCVs. Based on construction it is classified based on number of port and number of position. It is classified based on operation or actuation, like manual actuation, mechanical actuation, or even solenoid type of actuation. Further pilot type, hydraulic or pneumatic type actuation, it is classified. And then we discussed about construction based. In construction it is classified as poppet and spool type, where we are discussing about different types of poppet valves. The poppet valves are classified as ball type and disc type, and there we discussed about 2x2 and 3x2 construction wise poppet DCV valves. And then we have some broad idea about how the symbolic representation of 2x2 and 3x2 valve will be. And at the end, with the help of our symbols, you can able to find out different positions, which position is said to be normally open condition and normally closed condition. So by that I go with the next slide. So few of the students are having a confusion, because in last slide we are not able to follow pointer marker. So what I did is I just changed my pointer into laser pointer, so that it will be easy for the students to understand the concept. So here in 3x2 construction wise poppet valve, where the construction poppet arrangement will be in disc shape, so it is said to be disc type poppet valve. And here the push button is connected, so it is manual push button actuated 3x2 DCV poppet valve. So the number of positions will be 2 and the number of ports will be 3. So without any external force applying the initial position, your power is deposited here, that is your compressed air is stopped here by using your poppet. When you are giving external force, that is you are pressing the push button, at that time this moving valve stem will move downwards and it compresses the spring and the disc is moved downwards. At that time the seat and disc will create a path, so through that path your power will flow and it is going to reach your output through your port B. So normally in port 2 the cylinder linear actuation or rotatory actuator is connected. Suppose if the push button is released, what happens is your input pressured air is stopped. At the same time the air which is supplied to your actuator, there the pressure is flipped down. That unwanted air or unpressured air will send back to our valve, and through your port 3, which is connected with your vent or reservoir, it gusses out your unwanted air or unwanted unpressured fluid to your reservoir. So that is denoted as R. So this will be the major construction wise explanation. Only thing is here we are discussing about poppet arrangement will be disc, and by varying the disc position path is open, so by that you can able to connect your input with your output. So from that I will go with the next slide. Some of the students asked give some real-time application of poppet type valve. So here I just took one automotive where 4-stroke tractor engine application is there, where we are having this one act as an poppet valve 1 and this one act as an poppet valve 2. Normally this one is used for compression purpose, where air will come inside. At the same time this one will act as an air enter inside for compression, and this one will act as an power generated by your engine and it is transferred to your actuator. So at that time you just see this one will be the poppet moving stem, where this two end will be the seating arrangement. So when it moved downwards by the external force created by this rotating movement, what happens is the path is opened. So at that time air will enter in. Like that, if this one is moved, just see move, at that time your generated power will sent out, so that you can able to utilize it for real-time automotive application. So in olden days we are preferring popper type arrangement for 4-stroke tractor engine. So as of now we just have an overview about last class discussion, and now we are going within today's session, which is on spool valve construction. So in spool valve, instead of popper, we are having a sliding spool where the piston arrangement which is connected with a moving stem. You just see in your right side, when the push button is pressed, the movement of two piston connected with a slide stem will move towards in your left hand side, so that it will close the output path, and when it is released, at that time you just see your input power will flow through your output, so the switch is in open condition. Whereas here the switch is in closed condition when you are giving external force. So this will explain the 2x2 normally opened and normally closed conditions. So by that, by moving the total slide inside will make the valve to open and close. So this type of construction is said to be spool valve construction. So next slide, we are going to discuss about 3x2 spool valve. The only difference is we are having 3 ports and 2 positions. You just see here it is port 1, port 2 and port 3. Commonly the odd numbers are denoting in downside, which is meant as an input side, and the even numbers are denoted in top, which is meant as an output side. So the power generated will always connected with your port 1. So you just see here the spool which is connected here without any external force. Your input which is connected with your port 1 is closed, so that your pressured air or fluid will not enter into your valve. When the external force is given, this slide will move towards your left hand side and it compresses the spring. At that time your port 1 is connected with your output port. Due to that, you can able to see that your input will flow through this path and it is going to reach your output where the actuation is going to happen. At the same time, your pressured air will not sent out, so that you are closing the vent by using the next spool, which is a next sliding spool. So by this construction you can able to make this valve as a 3x2 spool type direction control valve. You are controlling the input and output direction by using this type of construction. So this will be another construction wise classification. In next slide we are going to discuss about 4x2 valve. So the 4x2 valve will be having 4 1 minute, I just change the slide. So the 4x2 valve, so in 4x2 valve the 4 represent number of port, so it will have 4 port. Here commonly we are using 4 port which is connected with mostly double acting cylinders. So for example, if you want to connect an cylinder which is a linear actuator which has to be controlled at both the side, so you just assume this as my cylinder and it is having port 1 and port 2. So what I have to do is I have to control this side port by connecting with my valve, and this side port is connected with my valve another port. So here the 2 and 4 are output port which is connected with my double acting cylinder. So what happens is, if it is assumed this as an initial position, this valve is used as a pilot actuated valve. You can able to use as a manual by connecting and push button as like this. So when I press this push button or when I apply this air through this pilot operated, your slide will move in towards your left direction. What happens is your input power 1 is connected with your 2, so that your power pressured air will flow through this tube and it fill the position as like this. So your direction of your linear actuator will be in backward direction. At that same time, your air or unwanted air present in this position will send through fourth port and it is sent out through your vent, which will be in port 3. So at the same time, if you are giving force in this direction, that is your 1,4 is going to actuated, at that time your slide is moving towards right side, so that your power 1 is connected with your 4. So your power is connected with your 4. So this one is going to filled with pressure. So it is going to move in this direction. At that time, at the same time, you just see the air present in this position will sent through port 2 and it is sent out through your vent 3. So by that you can able to control the two-way actuation also. So by using 4x2 and 5x2 valve, you can able to control two-way actuation. So as of now I completed the spool type construction. Now I directly go with the port and position based DCV. Here, based on the number, it is going to classify. Always if you assume this is a 3x2 DCV, the first number denotes number of port and the second number denotes number of position. So the position will be either it will be in on position or off position. Number of port will be how many openings you are having in your valve, whether it will have 3 openings as one power and 3 will be your vent and 2 will be your output, then it is said to be 3x2 direction control valve. Remaining construction are explained in previous slide itself. And then we are going with the 5x2. The construction wise it is a spool type 5x2 DCV valve. The only thing is here we are having 5 port. I just want to mark it. You just assume the power is always connected with port 1. So this port is said to be port 1 and this B, that is two-way double acting cylinder is connected. The port 2 is connected with your double acting cylinder one way and the third one is used for reservoir 1, or it will be connected with your vent 1 and the fourth one is connected as another output, that is in double acting cylinder. Next port is connected with this fourth and the last one will be 5, which will be your another one exhaust. So by that you are having 5 port and we are having 2 positions, so it is said to be 5x2 valve. So by using 5x2 you can able to control your double acting cylinders or rotatory actuators in better way. And the 5x2 and 5x3 valves are commonly used as a memory valve where it can able to restore the previous position also. So this will be the broader explanation of how the port and position will change the, or based on port and position the DCV valves are classified. So by that I will wind up here and I just have to show you some how the simulation way, how you are going to select and what will be the symbolic representation of different types of valves in my next slide. So this will be, for example, if you are going with a FluidSim or some other any simulation softwares, this symbol represents 2x2 direction control valve, where the first 2 is represent port and second 2 is represent position, and the next one will be 3x2 DCV valve, whereas here it will normally closed and normally open will depend upon without any external force given. This position is said to be on position or off position. Suppose if the position is set to be off position, that means your input is internally closed. There is no connection between input and output initial state. So this is set to be off condition. So it is normally closed to valve. Suppose in here you just see one is always connected with through 2. So that this position is set to be normally open position. And the 4x2 valve where we are having 4 ports and 2 positions. And the 5x2 valve where we are having 5 ports and 2 positions. Even we are having 5x3 valve also. The third position is acting as an idle position or maintenance position. Similarly in our 4-wheelers we are having a neutral point as like the same. Here idle condition where there is no anything has happened. At that position if you make your valve to be in that position and you can able to maintain the system or valve without disturbing the input and output side. For that purpose we are preferring this type of valves. And here I just want to show you simple simulation where how we are going to select